Sipho, it's a final. Before the final, obviously, the guys are playing Sekhukhune in the Nedbank Cup final. How do you guys approach this game? Obviously, you've played in already this season, so is it just analysing them before the final, or what's the talk in the camp about?
From a team's point of view, I think it's another league game, and I think our utmost focus is on getting the 3 points this weekend. And it's just about focusing on the game that we have on the weekend and not putting too much energy on what else is coming. But our full focus is getting 3 points on Saturday.
For your performances this season, looking at all the goalkeepers that are there, apart from being, a Pirates goalkeeper, what have you made of this season in terms of the goalkeeping standards, not only at Pirates, but within the DSTV Premiership itself?
The standard?
Yeah.
I think goalkeeping in general is not an easy position, like any other position. In fact, some people might say it's just a special position. And when you talk about standard, I think the country is headed in a good direction, and I think everyone has done well for their respective clubs, and they've put out the best they could. And I think from a personal point of view, I think it's a good standard. It's good.
And then with the talks that South Africa does not have enough goalkeepers to do well within the national team, that throws it off, of course, based on what you're saying, from where I stand. But looking at the season that you had, of course, Monique dominated, played more games, and with all that they've done as Sundowns winning the league. Nina, as Orlando Pirates, is it about time we see you guys challenging for things next season in terms of the DSTV Premiership, knowing that you've done 2 finals, and yet you're the only team that have been into 2 finals in one season?
Yeah, I think from a club's perspective, it's always about doing the best you can to win trophies and to challenge for everything that is available. And I think talking about the DSTV Premiership hasn't been like that for a season or 2 or 3, and I think it's always been the mandate of the club to reach our full potential and to win trophies, and I'd say most especially the DSTV Premiership, but because it's been a while since we've had that.
But being in 2 finals in one season, does it make up for the main one, which is the DSTV Premiership?
You wouldn't say it's a main one. A trophy is a trophy at the end of the day. It's just, the DSTV Premiership, the league is more of a marathon. It's a bit longer than any other competition, and a major trophy is a major trophy. As a football club, we always strive to get as many trophies as you can in each and every season.
You're playing at home, your last match at home, in a stadium where you've always received a lot of support from your Orlando Pirates fans, especially the far side, the northern side of the stadium, where Iskupu, you guys once said it was your motivation. What is your message to the fans of Orlando Pirates, looking at this being the last match you're playing at home?
Honestly, I'd like to thank Amapagania for always coming out in numbers and supporting us, and we've seen it recently in most games that they've been our push, they've been our drive, and we really need that as a football club. We know they can come out in numbers, so we always urge them to continue supporting us, this being the last game, like you say, of the season at Orlando. And it's just thanking them for being with us throughout the season, and let's finish it off on a high note.
How exactly did you manage to cement your spot, as obviously you've consistently been number 1 now for several weeks? What is it that you've done on the training ground that we and the fans can't see that convinced the coaching staff?
I think, like I've said earlier in earlier interviews, that you really try to focus on yourself and what type of player you are and what you do best. And you might meet people that like it, you might not meet people that like it. You try to be the best version of yourself that you can. You try and train hard and keep pushing yourself, and let you be the competition that you'd want to see. If you understand what I mean, it's about being better than what you were yesterday.
So it's like almost you saying the playing style of Rivero kind of suits you. What he wants to do obviously falls into your favor. So let's say previous clubs, maybe your coaches wanted the keeper to do something else. You know what I mean?
I think it goes with every single player on the pitch. It's not really also about goalkeepers. Some might prefer you, some might not. And being a football player, you always try to do what you're good at and what might be your strong points and strong attributes as a player. Yeah.
Sipho, just to clear this, bro. I'm glad that we're all here, but just to clear it, I've spoken to you, I've asked you before, but I hear people still call you Sipho Chaine. How do you pronounce your surname? How do you say your surname?
Sipho Chaine.
Chaine, not Chaine.
Chaine.
Thank you so much, sir.
And just the last one from me, your confidence levels now, I mean, a lot of people didn't expect you to play as much. Where is your level of confidence right now as an Orlando Pirates player?
I think it's just general in life. Not people might have their own opinions, and really your confidence can't be judged or can't be focused on what other people think about you. And I've always, like you would back yourself in any situation as a football player, all you need to do is just have enough confidence to produce on the pitch, to train well, to do things well. And for me personally, I've always pushed myself to be the best that I can. And if I'm the best version of myself that I can be, then it makes me happy and it gives me a lot of confidence.
Sipho, I'm just going to ask you this. I mean, Pirates has lost so many derbies, but one of them, you had to beat Kaizer Chiefs when it matters the most in a cup game. Just take us through the emotions. I mean, having achieved that, and you happen to be on the goals. I know you've considered that one goal, which goalkeepers hate considering. I mean, just take us through your mental strength, having, just to follow what Lawrence was saying, how much of that comes and builds you up as a player, if it does at all, or what does it mean for you to go into a final and knowing very well that you've had to beat your bitter rivals that have been giving you a tough time in the previous games?
I think as a football player, when you go through the most difficult situations, I think that is what propels you to do better than you did the last time. And also, like you said, coming from the game against our rivals the past weekend, I think what happened in the past or in the league and the previous games, that's what propelled us to do better in the next one. In life general, that is all. When you mostly down there, you have enough confidence, you build yourself up to do better than you did the last time. I always say when you're down, there's no other place that you can go other than go up. So I think that was the motivation, and that was what pushed us to get the victory.